great. How's it going, everybody? Look at, what do I want you to look at? I got a new lens, and I have a wall, but I've talked about that already in a video. All right, so today it's a wonderful day, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Today, I said on Twitter, I was like, hey guys, are there any trailers that you guys want me to watch and react to? People will do this, they'll send me trailers, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll watch that, and then I never get around to it, and today I've committed to watching them. All of them, all the ones that people send to me. So you'll see videos coming out in the next few weeks, maybe the next few months of me looking at some trailers. I'll be wearing the same shirt the whole time. I'll try to get them out quicker, but I want them to be good. So I have the time. I want to watch them. I want to give my thoughts, and this will be the first in that little spree. I just want to be honest and upfront and open with you guys about why. All right, this one I wanted to jump on real quick because it's a Fathom event that's happening, and so I didn't want to miss out. This one is called The Trump Prophecy. I don't even know what it's about. There's only 2 chances that you'll ever have to get to see this, and I guess it's a movie. So we're gonna look at it, and then we'll decide what it is. So let's just, I gotta stop saying that. Let's just jump right into it. Real works.
My job as a fireman was to react calmly.
October 2nd.
You can't afford to have feelings about it. I'll get you killed.
Special 2-night event.
In my work, I've seen everything. But what I saw last night scared me so much.
It looks good, I guess. Oh, it's based on an incredible true story.
Nobody knew what PTSD was.
Lord, I need you to heal him.
I'm done.
The acting seems amazing. One man's journey to find healing.
How does it feel?
It's a little scary.
Here comes the piano.
I have very graphic dreams. Sometimes I think it's God talking to me. Dreams are important. They can give us a window to what's going on inside.
You know what's interesting about this? When I reviewed Fireproof, I feel like I said something along the lines, because my dad was a paramedic. He dealt with some really there was a bad plane crash in 1987 in Detroit, and he was one of the first paramedics on the scene. And he doesn't talk about it much. It was bad. It was really bad for him. People didn't really know a lot about PTSD at the time, and he dealt with it a lot, and he kind of had to deal with it on his own. I say all that not to talk too much about that, but just to say, when I saw Fireproof, I was like, man, it would have been cool if this movie actually dealt with the struggles, like the movie Ladder 49. There was a movie called Ladder 49. That movie came out around the same time as Fireproof, and it dealt with what it's like for a marriage whenever the husband's a firefighter. So I say all that to say this seems like it's kind of following the instructions that I gave. You know, I'm sure that the makers of this saw my review, of course, and they're like, oh yeah, we should explore PTSD and stuff. 2 things so far. 1, it feels like it's pretty hokey. And 2, why is it called The Trump Prophecy? You're guaranteeing that only certain types of people are going to go see this movie, I think, by calling it that. It sounds divisive, but not in a, oh man, we got to see what this is all about. In a, okay, I don't think I need to see what that's all about.
I got this one in 2011.
The Commander-in-Chief Prophecy?
God is telling us to pray for our country, its leadership, those in authority over it.
Oh, man. You know, I made a commitment recently after I did my God's Not Dead review, because I realized that a lot of people don't hold the same political beliefs that I do. I made a commitment to kind of like dial it back a little bit. Not because I don't want to talk about it, or not because no. Not because I don't believe I should talk about it. No, what am I saying? I'm saying not because I'm afraid. I don't think I need to talk about it. I don't necessarily like talking about it because I'm like, man, there's a lot of people who watch my show who don't agree with this, and it's not that important. I mean, sure, I will always feel the way I feel. It's hard. It's hard whenever Christians do this because I don't agree. I know that the Bible says, if my people would humbly pray and I'll heal their lands. And I know Romans 13, where it's like the government is God's servant and all that. Those are parts of the Bible I don't agree with, at least the way that they're interpreted. And so now I'm like, screw you, movie. I don't know. I mean, if you feel led to pray for the leaders of the country, great. But it's not That's not how the world's gonna change. The world's gonna change because you were a good person to people. You helped people, and you reached out. Oh man, I don't like it.
If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves,
that's what I just said.
Then will I hear from heaven and heal their land. You're
not his people. You're not the Jews in Solomon's kingdom, are you? Are you? The Trump prophecy. I don't know what to say. Why did you guys send that to me? Why did you ask me to look at that? Wow. Well, that movie looks bad, poorly done, misinformed. I think we put too much faith on both sides. On both sides. We put too much faith in the government and who's president. When Obama was president, even though he was like, I'm a Christian, people still thought he was the Antichrist. Trump, I don't know why they hold him up to some great standard. They did the same thing to Bush, but they're all murderers. I'm sorry, these aren't good people. And we give them so much power, and then whenever your guy is not in power anymore, everybody's afraid because you gave your guy so much power. Pray for him if you want. If you feel led to pray for him, do it. But he's not a spiritual leader. He's just a guy who the mob was like, let's make him in charge of us.
You don't need to follow anybody. You've got to think for yourselves. You're all individuals. Yes, we're all individuals.
Sorry, I don't want... The reason why I'm hesitating to talk much about this is because I don't want to get too much into politics since I recently made that commitment. So I will just say, as a believer, as a Christian, stop caring about the government. They don't decide how good this country is. They don't decide how good your life is. They don't decide your spiritual life. They don't decide anybody's spiritual life. If people are going to be Christians, they're going to be Christians, not because the president is, but because they have decided that them and God, or God has decided that, depending on where you land on that spectrum. This is what I think the movie is about. This is what I picked up from this. The movie is about a guy who's struggling with PTSD after all the crap that he went through being a firefighter, which is a crappy job. No offense to any firefighters. There's a lot of crap that you deal with as a firefighter and as any type of first responder. And he gets healed from that by praying for Trump, by praying for the president. And my guess is that it wasn't about Trump to begin with. I'm guessing that it was just about the commander-in-chief, and then they changed it to Trump for a marketing ploy. That's my guess. Hi guys, Kevin from the future here. I'm editing this and I realized that somebody shared with me on Twitter about how this movie actually is about a prophecy. This guy actually was told by God that Trump was going to be president back in 2011. So, that sounds even more dumb. So if that's really what it's about, then I'll probably be reviewing this one. A lot of old people will go see this and say, yes, bless him. Don't give this movie your money, please. It looks like a kind of movie that'll be really funny to watch. This isn't what we need. This isn't a step in the right direction, in my opinion, from what I can see. Maybe I'm wrong. There we go. One down. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please come back. Please let me know what you think about this movie, and if you went to see it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.